you doing? Night Door here. Uh, Smoking. This is the came home last night and found this poor little defenseless cob sitting in a glass of Kraken rum. Guess I have to thank my good buddy Dr. Frankencobb for that. But it's a really good smoke right now. It's incredible. I have some black gold in it from Hill & Cigars. I prefer the black gold plus. To me it has a nicer taste, but I only have a little bit of it left. So, you know, I'm smoking it up. And with the sweet rum flavoring from the Kraken, it's especially good. So I guess I'll have to thank the doctor for doing that for me. Also found this Dr. Graybo bowl. Stripped. It's all faded. So what I'm going to do next week is this was soaked in alcohol as well, and the finish is all faded away. So what I'm going to do is next week make a video on how to refinish a bowl. So you'll have that to look forward to. And this is a video response to Jay about close calls. Now I assume you want close calls based on things that you did as compared to things other people did. But I had one close call. Well, I'll tell you about two of them actually, because they're both short stories. When I started out as a truck driver, I used to haul flatbed till I got into boats. I like doing boats a lot better. And once I get back to work, I'll be, you know, once I have this operation, I'll be looking for another boat job. But I used to haul flatbed, and I hauled heavy steel, big slabs of steel. You know, it weighed 20,000 pounds each, or 20,000 pounds each, and I'd haul a couple of them. Well, see if I could remember right, it was like 35,000 or 30, maybe 37,000 I could get on my truck. 30,000 pounds, 37,000 pounds. But anyway, I was fully loaded, tipping the scales at 80,000 pounds. I was as heavy as I possibly could be. Had these big flat sheets of steel on the truck. They were like 4 inches thick and as wide as the trailer and like 20 feet long. So it was big, and they were chained down, chained every 3 feet or so, because I was not somebody to take chances with the load. I went, you know, above and beyond when it came to chaining down. I didn't want stuff coming loose. And the first guy I worked for taught me to use suicide chains on a heavy load of steel like that. Suicide chain is a couple of chains that you crisscross in a X pattern, the X shape, across the front of your heavy steel, so that if it should break loose for some reason and start to slide forward, it will slow it down from coming through the back of your truck. Those trucks, the cabs, are only made out of fiberglass, so you know, heavy steel, 70 miles an hour, if you're on the highway, coming through the back of the cab, isn't going to stop until it, goes through you. And so I was coming home from Chicago on 94, and it was just barely out of Chicago. I mean, just barely. And if you've ever watched, I can't remember the name of the show, I'm sorry, but there's a show on like Discovery or what, a History Channel, whatever, one of those reality shows about tow truck drivers in Chicago, and the statistics are that there's 300 some accidents a day in Chicago. People of Chicago are truly the worst drivers on frickin' earth. They're careless, they don't care about other people, they only think about themselves. 300 frickin' accidents a day. Come on, God. So, but I was coming out of Chicago, and this car comes whipping across my front end, as they often do, because they don't care. They don't think about how long it takes a truck to come to a stop. And this guy had a flat tire. And he stomped on his brakes, which was precisely the wrong thing to do because he was right in front of me. And I stomped on my brake pedal as hard as I could. I even grabbed the Johnny brake, which is a lever which is used to control, put extra pressure on your trailer brakes. And I mean, I was just, and you could, smoke and burning rubber was coming up from my truck, and I heard this loud snapping noise, and I knew it was the suicide chains. I knew that it was the suicide chains, and I thought, oh my God, a split second, I'm dead. I'm dead meat. Luckily, I didn't hit the guy. I came to a stop, before hitting the guy, and I didn't feel, my body being cut in two by steel, and I drove the truck off to the side of the road, hopped out, and looked at the load, and one of the suicide chains had snapped, and the other one, was stretched tight, but it hadn't snapped. And I, real quick, readjusted all the chains, retightened the load down, and counted my lucky stars that day. Thank God that both chains didn't break and cut me into, and the load of steel cut me in two. But that was about as close a call as I ever had from truck driving or from anything else. And I guess that's the worst close call I've ever had for anything. So there you have it. Until next time, may all your roads be smooth, chicken house is closed, may your pipe never run empty, and for God's sake, look out when you're driving around semis. I know you people in cars are just fucking stupid, so watch out, pay attention to what you're doing. God bless.